Daniel 5, verses 1 through 4. Belteshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine the 1,000. Belteshazzar, whilst they tasted wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem. And the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold, and of silver, of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. Belteshazzar the king. Nebuchadnezzar had died in 562 BC, leaving his son Evil-Merodach Ammi-Marduk to take over the kingdom 562 through 560 BC. He was succeeded by Neriglissar 560 through 556 BC, who was succeeded by his son Labarazorkot, who ruled for 9 months. Nabonidus ruled next 556 through 539 BC, with the last 3 years 541 through 539 BC, conjointly with his son Belteshazzar. This fulfilled the prophecy of Jeremiah chapter 27 verses 6 through 8, where Babylon would rule until his son and his son's sons, as Nabonidus was Nebuchadnezzar's son, and Belteshazzar, therefore, his grandson. Made a great feast. In 560 BC, with Neriglissar ruling, war had broken out between the Babylonians and the Medes. Darius, the king of the Medes, summoned his nephew Cyrus, the king of the Persians, to aid him in the war. At the time of Belteshazzar, Babylon the city was the only city in the east not under subjection to the Medes and Persians. So Cyrus laid siege to the city of Babylon. But prior to this, according to the prophecy of Jeremiah chapter 51, verses 44 through 46, a rumor came that Cyrus was coming to lay siege. He had turned back due to the death of a sacred white horse, but came out again 1 year later, 538 BC. While Belteshazzar, knowing all this but being full of pride, still made a great feast as an act of defiance. For Babylon's walls were too thick to break through and too high to climb. And with approximately 25 years' supply of food, plus an abundance of food growing within the walls, and with the Euphrates running through the center, they had an indefinite supply of food. 1,000 of his lords plus wives and concubines were present at the feast. Drank wine before the 1,000. The word before can also be translated as against. It will not be unusual for Belteshazzar to have been in the drinking contest while he tasted the wine. With his reason impeded by the intoxicated state he was in from the fermented wine, he commanded to have the golden and silver vessels that had been taken from the temple of God at Jerusalem brought to him so they could drink out of them. His father Nebuchadnezzar. These were the same vessels that Nebuchadnezzar had taken when he took over Jerusalem. As seen already, Nebuchadnezzar was Belshazzar's grandfather. It was customary to call any parental figure by father. Drunk in them. The wives, concubines, king, and princes all drank out of sacred vessels from the house of God. Praise the gods. They continue in their debased state by praising the gods of gold, silver, brass, iron, wood, and stone. In reality, what they were doing was mixing their pagan religion with the true worship of God. We will see the result in the next verse.